Hello everyone, I'm Francesco Cuzzolin. I'm a physical trainer and I've worked mainly in basketball with some of the most important Italian and European teams, as well as several national teams and in NBA. I'm happy and excited to present you this app, which we have studied and developed over 2 years of work together with the staff of MYagonism. Its name is coachagenda. Coachagenda is a new application designed for coaches, trainers and sport therapists of each sport who want to monitor key aspects of training, games or races like duration, intensity, planning, type of training proposed according to specific categories, athletes' health, type of injuries athletes have suffered and in which part of their body, type of treatments and duration, results and minutes performed. It's also possible to customize the application with details considered important and keeping them monitored. But the key function of coachagenda is to collect and gather all this information, to provide a report and a statistical assessment for all those events. You can download coachagenda for iOS devices on App Store and for Android on Google Play. To use the app, you must register and make it the login.
The home screen is a calendar where you will find circled the day of today. You can access to the menu in the upper corner on the left. The menu contains My Teams, Stats, Account and Settings. To register your team or group of athletes, click on My Team, type the name, choose the type of sport from the proposed list, or you can add one if missing. Add person. Here you can enter some infos of your athlete and his contacts. If you want to send him the schedule of his practices or of his rehab sessions, it can be done directly from the app. You can also add additional members of the staff that you want to keep listed. Once you create a team, go back on the calendar and create an event. Click on the date and on the plus button. You can now enter a training session, clicking on training or a game or any other event. If you want to send an email as a reminder, select the icon representing who it will receive it. To enter the training mode, click the plus green button on the right of training type. You will find 5 descriptions by default, but you can add all the ones you want that are not listed in the other box. For example, if you had planned a session of strength with your athletes, you can also enter the specific type of work plan on Edit Training Type. If you consider it relevant, the same can be done for all the others modalities. You can insert your feedback only when the event plan is over. The training feedbacks are the following: duration of the session, game or race, intensity, expressed as rope, or if you prefer in units. You will find a list for all your athletes with 2 entries to insert. The first is evaluation, the second feedback. Training evaluation is the coach evaluation about athletes' performance, using the scale ABCDE. The second kind of feedback is a traffic light. Choose green if the athlete has completed his training, selecting no injury if he was training in absence of problems, with therapies or specific exercises if he was following specific exercises or therapies, like when it happens recovering from an injury, or under drugs or medications if your athlete was following some prescriptions. Choose yellow when the athlete hasn't completed the training, can be partially training if the stop has been decided before, injured during training if the athlete couldn't end the session for an injury or for any other kind of discomfort. Choose the red traffic light if the athlete was missing the session, if injured, reporting the problem and where it has happened. For example, if you choose muscular problem, you can record the muscle group involved and also any diagnostic consideration. Sick if the athlete was sick or did not play, for all the other options. Since the coach or the trainer continuously updates the application, all those informations will be collected and processed in a simple report to consult. Go to the menu Stats. Rotate the screen and you will find 3 icons on the right. The first on the right, the gear, are the settings, where we can choose for which team or athlete we want to display data. If we want to display weekly or monthly data, for games or training sessions, for feedbacks or evaluation, or all together. The second one, report, will allow us to watch all the statistical processing. The third, calendar, allows us to watch report for a week or a chosen period, with all the main data displayed at the same time. Back to the report, we can visualize team's name. Clicking the rectangle under the name of your team, you can decide the period of analysis. You can choose one of the three reports, if training, game, injuries. Clicking on training, you can see the total amount of training sessions recorded, all the different features, the amount of minutes for each of them, and an average index of the intensity. Clicking game, you have the number of games played, the record, the results for each one, and the intensity. Clicking injury, you find the number of injuries recorded, which kind, number of events, training, or matches that has been missed for any of them. You can visualize also the same amount of information for each single athlete at a time, in a synthesis for a specific period, or for each microcycle.
These are the basic functions of Coach Agenda, simple but very useful. If you want to improve your athlete's performance, give quality to your planning and organization, now you can count on Coach Agenda.